It's 6 digits.
What's up, fam? Welcome to another episode of Six Figures to Bigger Figures. This is my story of how I inherited, lost, regained, and will surpass a six-figure net worth. And bring you guys along with me for the journey. All I ask is that you like, share, and subscribe to @6FTBF. All right? So I've been getting a lot of DMs, a lot of messages from my friends and fam, followers, about these TikTok and IG Reel tax advice, or suggestions, if you will. And they're really cool sounding, save this amount of money, 20,000, 30,000, or whatever it is, by doing these different things, right? And I'll say this, rarely anything in the tax code is that straightforward. They're all very nuanced, okay? It's usually, if this, then that. If you make this amount of money, then this. If you live here, then this. All right? Rarely anything in the tax code can just be given off to you and be beneficial in 15 to 30 seconds. Okay? Doesn't work that way. Furthermore, the IRS is chock full of audit-hungry agents just waiting for y'all with the BS. All right? Chomping at the bit. These guys, all they want in return is a good old attaboy. That club that you're chasing stands no chance against the good old attaboy. You're looking for followers, likes, shares. What they're looking for is a good old, hey, Jonathan, good work on the Anderson case. Attaboy. Thank you, sir. That's it. That's what they want. And there's nothing that you could do that's going to top that. All right? So be careful. All right? So that's why I'm here. I'm here to help you out. Okay? If you're taking any type of advice from anyone on the tax code and they don't have a CPA or EA or JD following their name, then you probably should take it with a grain of salt. Okay? So I'm going to go through 3 of the most popular IG, TikTok suggestions that I've heard and shine some light on the nuances here and add some context to what's actually happening. Okay? So you don't get yourself slipping right and dirty in these tax streets.
It's 6 digits.
All right, the first is the Augusta Rule, Section 280A. This is a legit tax rule that allows homeowners to rent out their home for up to 14 days per year at a maximum of $1,000 a day. So IG tells you, form an LLC, rent your home out for $14,000 a year, get a tax deduction, you won't have to report the income, and all will be well. So here's the deal. Your LLC can rent your home, but it has to be an arm's length transaction, okay? Arm's length. That's like a old school rap video right there. Anyway, arm's length, meaning that someone unrelated to this business deal would do the same thing. If someone off the street came into this business situation, they would do the same thing had they not had any relation with any persons involved. So that means it has to be a legitimate business reason and it has to be for an appropriate and legitimate rent. Okay? Give you some background. It's called the Augusta Rule for a reason. This rule comes from the golf tournament that's held in Augusta, Georgia, which would demand a rent that high because there's a high demand of people wanting to go to this golf tournament. So it's not out of the ordinary for someone to rent their home for $1,000 a day. Now, if you're living next to a Walgreens and a Chick-fil-A, I think it's gonna be very hard pressed for you to prove that $1,000 of rent is market rate for your home. I don't care how great the waffle fries are. All right? So there's that. Next, child employed in the family business. Fair enough. The IRS does allow business owners to deduct qualified wages paid to children for age-appropriate work. TikTok tells you, form an LLC, hire your children, pay them $12,000 a year, get the deduction. Your child doesn't have to pay any taxes. Okay? Again, there's truth to that. Okay? But it doesn't tell the full story. Now, the reason why there's no tax on that amount is because as of 2020, the standard deduction is $12,400. So anyone making that amount or less will not be subject to any tax, federal tax. So that's why that's the magic number, right? Secondly, most importantly, should have been the first thing. Children under the age of 14 are not allowed to perform any non-farm work unless it's related to a newspaper route or occasional babysitting. So I can't take my 6-year-old daughter, tell her, hey, you're now the secretary of six figures to bigger figures, and I'm going to pay you $12,000 that I'm going to deduct. No. That's called a child labor violation. Okay? Doesn't work that way. Now, once your child gets about the age of 16 and above, then the laws are loosened and they're more relaxed, and essentially they can work, the normal hours, right? At that point, again, this transaction has to be arm's length. We're not paying our children $12,000 a year to clean their room, to do house chores. And another pro tip, anytime you are looking to deduct expenses, wages in particular, please be sure to have a payroll set up by a professional or by yourself using the appropriate software. Pro tip. And lastly, and surely not least, form an LLC. Listen, I don't know what it is about this LLC that got y'all all up over this thing. I get it. Trust me, I respect the hustle. I get it. But this LLC is not some magic bullet that's just going to all of a sudden make all your tax problems go away, or just open this door of phenomenal possibilities. It can, but it's not a magic bullet. Okay? The IRS is very clear about the reasons for starting a business. And to get tax deductions, or because homie said it on IG and TikTok, pretty sure it's not in there. That doesn't count. Have a legitimate business reason. Furthermore, even if you have a legitimate business reason, you don't need an LLC to start a business. You don't. Okay? Now, in some cases, it may be appropriate. In some cases, it just may not be. I know plenty of clients that have businesses and they don't have an LLC, and they're doing fine. Now, there are also implications, tax implications, for the way you structure your company. I know here in Tennessee, if you incorporate, which is what this is, on a state level, then you automatically subject yourselves to franchise, excise, and business taxes. And the taxes are based on your sales or your income or even the value of assets held by the LLC. So now you're subjecting yourself to more taxes, and they may not even be necessary. So please be sure to, before you do anything in this matter of setting up a business, uh, structuring a business, speak with a CPA, speak with the EA, speak with a JD. And be inspired. Get your hustle on. But don't take your tax advice from IG and TikTok Reels. And I know what this looks like, but I'm not giving you tax advice. Just trying to show you a vibe. You know what I mean?
It's 6 digits.